An internet user posted that he went looking for P2B's borehole in Zaria, and to his surprise, he found out that it is no longer working 2 weeks after P2B commissioned the borehole. This guy's intention is not clear, but looking at the language he used, he said that he went to locate the borehole. That means he went searching for it. And if he had found the borehole working, he saw people fetching water from the taps, maybe the story would have been different, or he would have found something else to say to criticize the borehole. Anyway, P2B is a private citizen like everyone else. He can't be blamed for the failings of people in power. This location in Zaria must have a local government chairman. They must have Federal House of Representatives and a senator. They also have a governor in the person of Obasani. Remember that the person representing this Zaria federal constituency is the current speaker of the Federal House of Reps. So if they truly mean well for their community, they can get help from all these people to install a solar power alternative to power the borehole, because there is obviously a storage tank, which means it needs electricity to function. Without power, the borehole cannot pump water into the storage tank. It's that simple. And the person they install this borehole in his compound, maybe he pumps the water at his own time when he has money to buy petrol to power the generator. Imagine what this person would have achieved if he spent this time, instead of posting it on the internet, send it to your representative, the local government chairman, the governor, or even in the community, assemble people to contribute money, just like P2B contributed his own personal money as a private citizen. If they contribute that money, they can use it to install solar power with a battery backup so that they can pump water around the clock. Everything shouldn't be politics. They should be ashamed of themselves that they do not have water and someone came from somewhere and installed a borehole for them. He expects the person to be giving them money to power the generators in order to use the water. All the energy they spend in trying to demarket P2B, why not use that energy to better the lives of your people? In trying to ridicule P2B, they are inadvertently ridiculing their own people, ridiculing themselves, because your people are very poor. They don't have ordinary water. Water is so basic in life that everyone must have it. But your people don't have water, they don't have roads, they are not employed. Someone made a donation of borehole and you're mocking and making it a political affair. If only the poor people in these communities will realize what politicians have been doing to them for many decades. They have impoverished them, they don't care about them, they make politics about everything. They wouldn't be voting for them in exchange for peanuts. Give them 1,000 naira or 500 naira during elections and they vote for them, people that have impoverished them, no change, they just occupy offices to enrich themselves. If they realize this, you people wouldn't be in power any longer. How ungrateful can people be that someone installed a borehole in a poor community and they are making fun of it just because of politics? Private citizens are not responsible for doing the job of the government. The government is responsible for providing water, good roads, all basic infrastructure. But here in Nigeria, private citizens are tasked with doing the job of the government. In fact, you have to literally be a mini local government in order to enjoy amenities that people take for granted in foreign countries. You have to provide your own electricity, your own water. In many cases, you have to build a road and drainage system leading to your home. Yes, many people do it in the south. So if a private citizen donates a borehole with his personal money, it is the job of the community to at least maintain the borehole because it's for their own benefit. They should make sure that it works, or if they can't, they are so poor that they cannot contribute money to make sure it continues to function. What they need to do is to protest to their elected government officials. It's that simple. Protest to them, they will come and do it. If you don't make demands from people in power, they will never give anything to you. They will never yield anything. That's how power works. If a community is so poor and lacks water and their local government chairman is driving around the same poor community in a long motorcade and the people keep hailing him whenever he passes, that means the man will never realize that they are poor or that he is doing something wrong. That's why they need to protest whenever he passes their community to tell him that, hey, have you forgotten us? In case you forgot, we don't have water here. Make sure you provide water for us. If they do it 2 or 3 times, the man must do the right thing. He must provide the water. That's how it works. How can people be blaming a private citizen like them who donated a borehole to their community and they give their elected officials a free pass? How does this work? The people that are responsible for providing the water didn't provide it, someone else did. And instead of blaming the people that are supposed to do it, you turn around and start blaming a private citizen who did it out of charity, not even for political gains like people have been saying. That's why you see all these stories every time. People are threatened because they feel, how can someone from the deep south come to the north and start building boreholes? He's trying to tell the people that we are not doing our jobs, instead of seeing it from the humanitarian side, that he was just trying to help people out of his own goodwill. They are seeing it from the political angle, that he's trying to prove to the world that they are not doing their job. But that's not the reality. Peter Obi donated several boreholes to many communities in the north, where people are so poor that they drink from the same water source with animals. Imagine that. In the south, this kind of poverty doesn't exist. At least in many cities and towns, people have access to water, even if it's not in the same compound where they live. But they have access to it. They can fetch that water, they can buy it. They have access to water. That's the most important thing. But in most of these communities in the north, they do not have water. Some of them trek miles in order to get this water. And when they get it, it's not even clean enough for drinking. So instead of people countering Peter Obi and taking up the challenge and installing standard boreholes because they have access to government money, yes, someone like the governor of Kaduna State can build solar-powered boreholes. He has access to the treasury. He can budget up to 10 million naira for one borehole. And with that, the water can be pumped round the clock, throughout the day when there is the sun, and at night using the backup battery. They can even install huge storage tanks so that it wouldn't need to be pumped all the time. These things are very simple to do. Instead of spending so much energy and time on politics, always criticizing something that someone did out of goodwill, instead of doing all these, why not just spend a quarter of the time and do your job as the governor or as the federal representative of this constituency, or as the local government chairman, or as private citizens? This Zaria has an emir. They have other highly placed individuals that can make this donation, not just Peter Obi. No one should be held responsible for doing the job of the government when he is not the local government chairman, he's not the Federal House of Representative member, he's not the governor, he's not the deputy governor, he's not the state assembly member. So why should anybody seriously criticize someone who used his personal money to do charity? It doesn't make any sense. In fact, sensible people can see through their lies. They are ridiculing themselves without knowing it. Maybe their audience in the north, they think that they will buy into what they are doing. But in reality, it seems it is seriously backfiring. Maybe the people in these communities will learn the lessons finally, that their politicians do not represent them. They are there for themselves, just like all corrupt politicians everywhere. They don't care about the people. All they believe in is during elections they will bring palliatives and money and buy the votes. That's if votes count anymore. Anyway, this is coming from a state where the past governor, El-Rufai, borrowed more than $500 million. But there are many communities near major towns. A major town like Zaria, they don't have water. So it shows how politicians get their priorities wrong. Thanks for watching.